Hogwarts Legacy is an unbelievable game. The graphics, game mechanics, and story have led me to believe that it is the second best Harry Potter game to date. I'm sorry guys, Chamber of Secrets still gets the crown. Anyway, aside from my desire to rain terror down upon the wizarding world, yes, I am a Slytherin, I'm just as interested in how AI was integrated into the game. Now, it's difficult to determine the exact nature of the algorithms used in Hogwarts Legacy without access to the game development information and the code. But it's safe to say that the game uses a combination of traditional algorithms and AI algorithms. The distinction between the two is illustrated brilliantly when looking at our favorite component of the open world RPG. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about our dear friend, the NPC. In Hogwarts Legacy, they come in the form of goblins, witches, wizards, professors, students, and everything in between. Basically, NPCs that are programmed with AI algorithms behave in somewhat unpredictable ways and can respond and make decisions based on what's happening around them. This is particularly evident in battle sequences. Using Hogwarts Legacy as the example, depending on your particular spell and its trajectory, your NPC may behave in different ways. They may try to dodge, attack, parry, hide, or run away. Essentially, they behave in a unique way that could be different from another NPC that was in the same position. But battles aren't the only place where NPCs can showcase their intelligence. Simply exploring the open world creates ample opportunities to interact with these characters. Now, look, I'll be honest, where I'm at currently in the game, I haven't been overly impressed with the intelligence demonstrated by these NPCs. When running through Hogwarts, even though there are a lot of students, they don't really interact with you or even really interact with their environment. A lot of them are just sitting down in groups, staring blankly into space, not really demonstrating anything that could be considered intelligence. Sometimes it really does just feel that they were programmed there only to take up space. Anyway, despite that slight criticism, I think the game's amazing. I'm absolutely loving it. But as I play it more, I just can't stop thinking about these NPCs. What do they do when I'm not standing within distance to generate them? Where do they go when I turn the game on? AI has been prophesized to revolutionize every major industry, gaming included. And I wonder what this will do to NPCs. As it stands, there are three ways that I'm thinking and hoping that AI will transform the life of the NPC. Firstly, it will make them more sophisticated and intelligent. No longer will they be walking into walls and saying dumb shit. No. These NPCs will be responsive to you and their environment and act in more believable and realistic ways. For example, if you bump into someone or give them grief, depending on who they are, they may decide to attack you, run away, or yell at you. Effectively, their response will mirror that of what a reasonable person would do in the same situation. Now, of course, we already see this in some capacity in games like GTA, but how far can we take it? Could an NPC that you bump into remember your indiscretion? Maybe they go back to their house and tell their wife and start planning their revenge. I'm very interested in how AI may be able to impart motives onto NPCs and allow them to genuinely consider their behavior in relation to your actions. Their verbal responses could get an upgrade too. Imagine an NPC with the capabilities of ChatGPT. Perhaps in the future, your interactions could provoke unique and realistic responses that are different for every player every time they play the game. Essentially, I'm talking about AI imbuing characters with actual believable personalities that genuinely guide an NPC's actions. Another way that I'm hoping AI will impact NPCs is by allowing their activities to actually matter and to have a genuinely lasting impact in the game world. As it stands, most NPCs don't really serve a purpose on their own. Of course, in something like the Elder Scrolls, you may get a cheeky Khajiit run up and offer you a side quest, but aside from the occasional chat, most NPCs don't really matter. As AI advances, I wonder if these NPCs, the ones cutting logs or building houses or chasing bandits in the forest, could have more of a real impact on your story. I wonder if there's a way to make it so that the consequences of an NPC's actions are similar to those that we experience from strangers in the real world. I guess what I'm trying to say is, can IA make it so that NPCs can act on their own volition and do so irrespective of what you, the main character, are doing? And I don't mean in a predetermined part of the story kind of way, but in a unique way with as little limitations as possible. This leads me to the third and perhaps more philosophical point of the future of NPCs, and that is AI potentially giving these NPCs a life of their own. Is it possible to make these characters live, for lack of a better word, independent of the game? Is it possible that in the future, regardless of how far away an NPC is from you on the map, they could still be going about their life, pursuing their activities, and possibly affecting your story, but also possibly not? Again, I'm talking about NPCs that live, act, and impact the world you inhabit in the same way that strangers do in your current day-to-day life. I don't know a lot about game development, so I don't even know if this is technically possible. I also don't know if it's something that gamers would actually want. Perhaps we need a certain degree of limitations around NPCs to make sure that the game's still enjoyable. Otherwise, the game could become just as chaotic and difficult to navigate as the real world. But there is one last thing that I'll say though. If it is possible to one day give NPCs enough complex algorithms that they can live, think, and behave on their own, does this lend credibility to the concept that we are all NPCs just living in someone else's game? Who knows, maybe you, the person watching this video, are the main character. I'd love to know what everyone thinks, so if you have any thoughts, please put them in the comments, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing. Okay guys, I'll see you next time.